Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity 2. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today in the restricted section where we kill a bunch of people. I mean, we do. How do you get in there? How do you get in there? Well, let's go to the central stacks then. I think we have been to the central stacks already. We came in here, we had to solve 2 riddles to get in here, and we had to get the books and all that. But just generally, this feels like another bit of the dungeon. No enemies, interestingly enough. I see. Why? Why didn't I go up those stairs before? Because of course we have been here before. And in fact, this is another place. Oh yeah, we just entered through there. We need to go in through there, I think, so that we can activate. Let's just reload. I'll just reload from here. We need to activate or spend. Let's load the beginning of the episode. Spend the whatever the thing was that Whale wants in that pedestal where we put the, or we could have put something. It's in another map and it's been a while. So the question here is, what am I missing? How do I get in there? If I get in there at all, because it looks like I can. Or rather, it looks like I can't, but that's a different story altogether. You'd think there would be a door, secret door or something like that, but then again, my team is pretty good at detecting this stuff. What is that? So if they don't detect it at first... I'm sorry, my throat is deciding that it doesn't like what I just drank. Juice. I never drink juice. Now I'm drinking orange juice and I don't like orange juice. Now, this thing, we're in here, that thing doesn't open. So, yeah, we're stuck here. I mean, we're not stuck, we're just sort of done here. So, let's go to that other place that I was talking about just now. We're not in that area. I did find the way in here, though. So, yeah, we're not in the area that I wanted to go to. What do we have over here? Gilded copy of the most unfortunate tale of Favia in Bernat, a Valiant tragedy. What do you mean the gilded copy? Laia watches Bernat approach Favia's tree, looking for her human form. Laia says, "Behold, now comes the fun, that for which I have waited. His love is forfeit, her life is forfeit, and all I have worked towards shall be fulfilled. He says he knows his love. He says no force in the world would keep him from her, but what chance has force against guile? Never will he find his love, for she is no longer his love. The spell cannot be undone except by her death, and by then it will be too late. But wait, he has seen her." Laia steps back to observe. Favia says, "Pray, mortal, why have you come here? These woods are not for your kind. The affairs of men have no place at this tree. Leave ere your welcome lapses." Or before your welcome anyway, I don't know what that word means. Leave your welcome lapses. And Bernat says, "Foul creature, where is my love? What have you done with her? Always this has been the station for our encounters. Never before have I seen you. Where is my love? Answer, my patience lapses." And Favia says, "Fool, this is my land and this is my tree. Your presence never before has been felt. Again, I say to you, leave. My generosity will not be extended a third time." And Laia steps forward again. "Talk? Discussion?" Laia says. "I know the way to hurry the conclusion of this tale." And Laia takes a deep breath and extends her throat as if she's yelling. A scream comes from the corpse of tree. Or the copse, not corpse. The copse of trees where the Pugra stands. Bernat says, "My love." Bernat steps forward, brandishing his sword, and says, "Prepare yourself, wretch, for not even death can stand between me and my love. I will have her from you, or you will meet your end." Bernat moves toward Favia, who closes to fight. They fight. During the fight, Bernat is grievously injured as he delivers the killing blow to Favia. She falls to the ground, and as she dies, the spell on her breaks, transforming her back into her Dalemgam form. Favia says, Bernat, Bernat, my love, what have you done to me? What was it I said? What was it I did? Has our love soured in your heart? And Bernat says, Favia, my love, my life, what foul sorcery has befallen you? How have you come to be laid low by my hand? What? I don't know what that means. Fee! Fee to all gods for such treachery. Fee to all who stood in our way. And Favia says, Fear not, my beloved, for now we are together, and together we'll always will be. With a typo in there. Nothing can keep us apart, but law! Why is it suddenly so dark? Where has the sun gone? Where are you? I cannot see. I will find you. I will. And Favia dies. A curse upon the fiend, says Bernat. A curse upon the fiend who has betrayed me. To hold love in your hand and have it wrenched away. Bernat winces and puts his hand in his shirt. It comes out covered in blood. And he says, What luck! What chance! Tragedy may yet turn to fortune! Favia, my love, soon I will rest in your arms. We will lie together again as one, and forever shall we be side by side. I go now and to meet my love. Barath, I accept your cold embrace. I welcome your company. I beg your mercy. And Bernat dies down next to Favia's body. And Bernat says, I am ready. And Bernat dies. Laia steps out from her hiding spot and runs to Bernat's body. And she says, Bernat, you fool, you wretch! How can you leave me? I am alone, I am forgotten, I am cast out. Without your love, how can I continue? Life holds no thrall without your visage upon which I may gaze. What shall I do? But here, my salvation, my answer. And Laia picks Bernard's sword up. She says, His blade, his weapon, I shall be impaled upon him, and he shall cut through me. I will not be denied, my love. I will not be denied, my love. You will be mine. If not in this life, then in the next. Laia impales herself on the sword. Laia says, I come for you, my love, my Bernat. Wait for me, and I will find you. We shall love forever. And Laia dies. Well, they all died in the end. This costs a bunch of money, though. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be, but it was fun. Note on the imp. It reads, I will hear no further argument on the matter. You were the one who permitted that chittering loudmouth to roam the collections freely for your amusement. Now that it's escaped, you are responsible for fetching it back. You must also locate the pilfered artifacts. The Oracle warned us twice about keeping magic away from imps. On the bright side, this will prove a capital opportunity to test our milking procedure on a swollen imp. This will be good practice for subduing Nok-Nok before his devoted following grows beyond our ability to control. This usage of quotation marks offends me greatly and honestly stands against everything that I hold dear and sacred. But anyway, I'm being hyperbolic for fun. Anyway, the point is, you don't need to use it. You don't use quotation marks when you use a word figuratively. So words have meanings, right? So they have meanings that that they have intrinsically. As I say intrinsically, of course, not from a epistemological perspective, but rather, just you say a word and detached from context, they can have meaning. You can say, okay, this could mean that, this could mean this, but then you can use certain words as analogies. And to use words as analogies, you don't need to use quotation marks, but you can. You can use, especially when you're referring to what somebody else already said, or quoting somebody, or the usage, a non-common or an uncommon way of using a word, you can do quotation marks, because that's what they're for. Now, the word milking is a it's a verb that's derived from a noun, as far as I know, at least as far as I understand it anyway. And of course, it has to do with the. There's another word that comes from the Latin, by the way, that means milking, but specifically means to do it to an animal, to a mammal, and to get milk out of a mammal. And there's another word, and that is the word that actually is objectively just what the sort of literal meaning of the word milking means. However, there's also the figurative meaning of words. A lot of words only have figurative meanings, and the difference between literal and figurative is just that, it's kind of complicated to explain if you don't know what it is. But the point is, when you use a word figuratively, you don't need to do this. And some writers do it. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. The Midwife's Memoirs, that's a different thing. And of course, this game is written by many different people, so, you know, it's clear. It's very clear, actually. Just even if you didn't know that, you could tell that there's writing styles. Oh, that's an imp.
This my realm.
Ready to bust some ass, Shodi was gonna say. No, she's not gonna say that. That's Nok-Nok. That is voiced by... Is that the same voice? I think all imps are voiced by the same person. I think. It wouldn't surprise me, because their voice acting certain types of creatures tends to be done by, you know, voice actors specialize in certain things. But I remember one of the first voice actors that I found that specializes in this sort of things is a voice actor that specializes in insect sounds. He shows up in Vampire the Masquerade and is actually one of the main characters. I don't know if it's Mercurio's voice actor. I think it is. He also voices another character, but he if you go to his website, or used to go to his website, I don't know if it's still up. I don't know if he's still in business, but if he used to go to his website, he had all these, like, this list of sounds that he makes with his mouth, and it's just sounds from video games, from insects, and just noises, and he also does dogs and all this sort of stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me, all this to say that it wouldn't surprise me that it would be a single voice actor for all the imps. Now, this voice actor, I think, is the same as the other ones. However, Nok-Nok is very eerily similar to a character from Pathfinder Kingmaker, well, a game that came out shortly after Pillars of Eternity 2, but before the expansion came out. And I wonder if that is a reference. Because if I had to bet money right now, I would say it is a reference. Also, I am sort of all turned around, so this is very bad news all over. The tricksters, I don't know what manner of terrible things we're about to get ourselves into. Okay, let's get Adair right at the front. Is that you, Adair? That is... My god, I can't tell anymore. Yeah, I wish you could customize their looks and just... I don't know. Transmogrify some of the armor. Anyway, we're good here. One thing that we are gonna do is the Maelstrom, but we're gonna wait for the Maelstrom. That's good enough. Let's pull you back. I don't trust this. I don't trust that movement. When the game becomes all weird, you can't tell who's going to the front and who isn't, just because of how that works. Okay. So we're gonna start off with... Oh, we're not in combat yet. We're in combat now. No, we're staying back here. Are we staying back here? Yo, I don't know if we're staying back here. No, we're staying somewhere. Tricksters are okay. They're ranged attackers. Okay, I can do that. Okay, second first thing. Let's wait until they all stabilize. That's good enough. Let's go with that. Then I'm gonna do this right there. Nok-Nok is not a very difficult character as far as it looks, but you know, never trust things, because never trust my skill. Basically, we got a little bit of paralysis over there. Everybody's aware, which is great news. Let's go ahead and get some of this. And Maya is having trouble with things. That little guy over there, what are you trying to do, little guy? Please die. That is death up there. Holy balls. Ishiza is very dead, or soon to be dead. That's not gonna go well for anybody. Let's do this over here, and we're waiting for... Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Be quick about it. No, Ishiza. No, Ishiza died. Okay, don't be quick about it then. Do the other one.
Diminishes.
It's fine. It can diminish a little bit. You can do this. Oh, you're at the front. That is bad news. Okay, yeah. Let's do this one instead. Can you not die? Okay, please don't die. We got Alghouls coming up. Yeah, you need to attack that over there and kill that with things that kill, please. Shodi, why is everybody dying so much? Adair just died. Good job, Adair. And now we don't come back because we don't have that item anymore. That's bad news. Shodi has some ability for what is about to happen. No, don't do that. I don't know where that comes from. I think that might be from a thing, from an item. We can resurrect you though. And we can sleep anytime. And in fact, resurrection here might be the correct thing to do. I say that. Can we resurrect? Do I have that spell? I really hope I do. Jung, where have you gotten me? I don't have resurrect spells? I know I should use scrolls. I know, but I don't use scrolls. They hurt me deeply, like the quotation marks that are improperly used. Yeah, we need to. Maya is probably better running out of there if she can. Over there. Whee! And we got Takeo right at the front, doing the lightning storm, taking damage as well. Let's transform into a monster of might and amazingness. Let's go ahead and get some of this in here. Who's that? Why are they still coming? Okay. Maya, we're started counting on you right now, because if you don't kill, bad things will happen. Let's do a wall of frost right there. And you also have... What is this resilient to? Nothing. It's bad. Nok-Nok is bad. Champion's Boon. No, we don't do that. We do the other things. She only... Wicked Briars. Wait, Wicked Briars is for Hobble. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. It's probably not going to work, though, but nah, might as well. Just going to Hobble the other ones. And, you know, Maya, or Penumbra is about to come around, and yes, you're taking a lot of damage, but, you know, it's complicated. You need to understand that life sometimes doesn't go as you want it to go. It goes as I want it to go. It doesn't also, sometimes, a lot of the time. Okay, let's see. So, Nok-Nok should... I say Nok-Nok. It's not Nok-Nok. It's not Nok-Nok. It's not Nok. It's confusing. That's what it is. And I'm pretty sure I might be seeing references where they're not really, because I do that a lot, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. Okay, so after that's said and done, and my voice decides that orange juice is a good thing, we are just... Nok-Nok is not... Oh, freaking hell. Are you kidding me right now? Are you freaking kidding me? Do the thing. Do the paralysis. Actually, move up so I can do a better paralysis. Party experience gained. My voice is bad. Okay, this is just bad news. Shield of the Faithful here. Please don't die in the meantime. Come on, be quick about it. Dude. You are not... Are you kidding me? Are you missing? Okay, I don't know. I don't know if she's missing. It's fine. We're gonna get this. So I can keep spamming this. And you can do that. Please don't... Seriously, please don't die. Okay, I also have this one, which should help a little bit. Nok-Nok is dead. Tell you what, that was a lot harder than I was expecting it to go. And we also leveled that up, which is good, because now I need to kill 10 enemies with the Marux Amanth for, I believe this is Shodi. Shodi does that a lot, unfortunately, because I don't use her properly.
I think that's beyond.
It's fine. You just clicked on the same thing twice. They really... I don't really quite understand. This game does it more often than the first. The first one does that as well. They complain that they can't get to something when you click on the same thing twice. Alchemy of Imp Spray. That's bad. I kept a pair of imps caged for the better part of 3 decades as I scripted Volume 5 of my series. Scent Languages of the Perverse. No, not perverse. Perverse. Is that a different word, or do I just not know how to write perverse? Because I don't... Or say it, in fact. Because in Portuguese it's per rather than per. No, I might not know it in Portuguese either. I get confused. Anyway, every day, the duo would fill the air from their glands as they communicated across the distance. I grew to understand the alchemy of their spray by standing in its path and allowing the fetid effluvium, which just really means it's poo. It's poo. It's not poo, but it stands for a lot of stuff. It stands... Poo is effluvium, pee is effluvium. Other sorts of things that come from similar holes are effluvium. To wash over me. Such wondrous Wondrous effluvium, so potent it hovers over me still, I suppose. Just as I had written the last page of what was to be my greatest work, the dialect of their spray changed entirely, rendering my findings useless. Oh, but how they laughed at my expense. I know the smell of failure. It is the reek of 30 years' worth of concentrated imp farts sprayed into one's face, and the bitterness of having no academic recognition to show for it. It sounds to me like you were just a bad academic in general, because if you're which is not actually very uncommon in history, because people would write the zaniest of things. They just didn't, science is a complicated thing for a lot of people, and especially if you're from the 1300s, probably very complicated. Let's see, because it's likely there's I'm not an expert. I did take, well, I snuck into a couple of human anthropology classes in university, and the ones that I snuck into were specifically about language and how the study of language that you don't know, or languages that you don't know, needs to be how should I put this? It's not that you need to be aware that you're fallible as a scientist. It's rather that you need to double guess yourself all the while. And so instead of just publishing work that says, I think their farts mean this, you really need to put it to the test, your hypotheses. So it's anthropology is an interesting field of the human sciences, because it's, as far as my understanding goes, the closest one to the hard sciences that you consider, like biology and stuff like that. The distinction there between human sciences and hard sciences is a little bit hazy a lot of the time, even in fields that are not anthropology, because you apply a lot of techniques that are applied in biology and stuff like that for studies that you do in history and things like that. But just the distinction there is usually about how much of a replicative scenario you have. So if you can replicate the experiment, or if you can put your theory to the test, that's a trait that hard sciences have and should have. But history, you can't do that, because you can't go back and watch or anything. So it's a little bit of a different methodology. But anthropology, it sort of works for a lot of the time. So it sounds like this person that we're smelling the farts didn't do that, because otherwise they wouldn't have tricked you or anything like that. All errors can be reforged into lessons. I have known that book since the beginning of the first game. I know you well. Affirmations of Abaddon. That was what that was. And we have a thing called Burden. It's a legendary... immediately. A legendary two-handed greatsword. No, it's just normal. Greatswords are two-handed. With the rakas over there in the shape of the... my knowledge of typology of swords fails me right now. Anyway, it's unique, so it has a different shape, but or it's not actually that different now that I look at it. We have some interesting things. Grants Colossal. What? A truly massive sword. Burden requires a large amount of might to be wielded effectively. 10% chance to knock the target prone on scoring hit when above 25% might. -1 penetration when below 15% might. That is interesting. You could probably make builds out of that. Getting up to 25% might is probably only available if you have some buffs, most likely. Which you probably can do... I wonder if a chanter can get your might up there. So, by default, your maximum might is only 20, considering all the buffs that you can get. I think it might be even 19. And then you can have items that will increase your might by 3 extra, and not more than that, as far as I know. And yeah, that's where we went. And I have no idea where we're going. By the way, I can't find the place that I've been looking for all this time. I will find it. I'll find it off camera. But now that I'm thinking about the might. So if you can get a +3 on a 20, that's a 23. So still just shy of the 25 that you need. It's actually above 25, so you need a buff of 3, which is probably common for priest buffs and stuff like that. You probably get a +5, in fact, for might.
You must get...
But then again, I don't think that weapon is meant to be used always above 25 might. 20% prone is pretty good. It's probably versus something else though. So versus fortitude most likely, which is a shame. So yeah, well, we need to go over there. Well, this might actually be what I'm looking for. We have been here, of course, but is that where we're supposed to go? Did I mess that up? I probably did. Because we got in through here, or get into here from the right side entrance. Oh, there was another entrance. There's 4 entrances, or 5 even. I don't know how many entrances there are in the very first room, because one of them there's basically 2 exits, and that's why I'm confused. Scriptorium. What is that sound? That thing is still activated? Nobody warned me about this. I didn't know. Either way, I'll find it. Don't worry about it. But we're out of time for the day, so I'll have to find it some other time. Well, off camera. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pillars of Eternity 2. It is over here. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode.